the dead don't stay silent? What if justice doesn't end at the grave? For centuries there have been stories, whispers, of victims returning, not for revenge, but for truth. Names spoken in dreams, apparitions pointing to hidden evidence, voices guiding the living towards justice. Tonight, we examine the cases where ghosts didn't just haunt the living, they helped solve their own murders with the Veritas Project. Believe it or not, guys, that clapboard actually is very important for Bob because we record the audio separate from the video, and it makes a difference.
It does. Makes a huge
lining
difference.
up. He can line up the audio with the video, so
Right.
makes a huge difference. So, let's see. We'll just go right into the podcast, and then you can use that if you want about talking about the clapboard and all that stuff.
Yeah,
if
that'd be
you want.
nice.
So,
That'd make a good short.
Yep. So, hey everybody, welcome to the podcast, the Project Investigation Collaboration, brought to you by the Veritas Project. And as always, we are here with our gracious host and founder of the Veritas Project, Robert Wiki Bob Curtis.
Hello.
And I'm lead investigator Todd Boyer, and welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Yeah, welcome in.
Oh boy, yeah, it was a fun day yesterday, Bob. I'm sorry you had to miss it. We went to Viking Festival yesterday. The whole team was there, and then Angie's sister was there also.
Yeah.
So, and unfortunately, you had to work yesterday.
Yeah, I had to work, but
So,
that's
that's
all
kind of a
right.
bummer.
The family was really nice.
So it was a fantastic time. The weather turned out to be great, and so it was a good time. It's a shame that you couldn't make it. But.
Yeah, one of the family is a viewer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they become a viewer, or did
No,
they were ahead of time and
Yeah,
they knew who you were?
one of the ladies in the crowd recognized me at the end.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the third time now for you.
I know.
Like, that is too funny.
I gave the dismissal, and then as everyone was leaving, she was like, "Are you Bob?" And I'm like, "I am." She's like, "I watched your show." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's like, thanks."
That's too funny.
But it's Saturday, so I got to go.
That is too funny. So, yeah, that's the third time you've been recognized.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is way too awesome. Yeah, I actually got lucky yesterday. I was talking to a lady at a booth and was talking to her about my girlfriend and how she writes, and I'm an audiobook narrator. And she's like, "Oh, really? I'm looking for a male narrator." She's like, "I write books myself." And I played her some of my stuff from TT, and she's like, "Yep. So shoot me an email. I want you to do my books." Like, hell yeah.
Nice.
So I may have some more contracts for 3 books coming up here.
Yeah.
So.
It's always better to have somebody local that does your creative stuff. You know what I mean? So that way you're not trying to send it to a foreign country or somebody in a completely different time zone.
So 3 hours.
Yeah.
But still, we're local to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe have more books coming down the pipe there.
Yeah, that's nice.
That'd be good stuff. So this week, I'm going to be out of town next week. So we're not going to have a closed change. We're going to do 2 podcasts in a row. We're going to record them live. So you guys on YouTube, obviously you'll get the second one next week. But you guys that are watching us on TikTok, you get to watch us record 2 in a row.
Yay.
But we were trying to come up with things to talk about.
Yeah.
And we came across one that we're like, ooh, that's good.
Yeah, it's right in our wheelhouse of things that we like to talk about. So I think this would be a good episode.
So this is actually hauntings that turned out to be crimes, where the hauntings helped solve their own crime.
Right.
So we have a few here, and we're going to go through them. And what time we got? I don't know why. I can look at that and see how much.
Yeah.
If I can see it, holy crud, my eyes are getting bad. I'm getting old, I guess. So the Greenbrier Ghost. Now, it was a murder disguised as a natural death in 1897 in West Virginia. And the ghost allegedly appeared to her mother, revealing how her husband had broken her neck.
Wow.
And the ghost, Talked to the mom. The mom described the whole thing. Oh, hit my microphone there. Described the whole thing, right? The method of the murder, all that stuff. The mother convinced authorities to exhume the body. Autopsy confirmed, strangulation, broken neck. Husband was convicted. That's the only U.S. case where the ghost testimonial influenced the trial.
Wow.
So
that's crazy
that
to
is
think about.
wild, though, that the ghost comes back.
Yeah, the ghost communicated with the mother, and then she went to the police, you know what I mean, and got justice for the deceased person. That's crazy.
That is wild. So a murder in the haunting of Marie Martin, a murder in the Red Barn in 1827 in England. The victim appeared in dreams to her stepmother. Revealed her body was buried in a barn. The stepmother insisted on searching the barn, and the body was found exactly where described. Her killer, which was her lover, was arrested and executed.
Oh man!
So,
wow, that's even crazier if you think about, because, like, a body hidden in a barn is like the perfect location, right? Because all the smells and everything in the barn, the
animals trampling all over the floor. You'll never know. And the thing with that too is, obviously, the first one, it was, this is how I died. We know where you're buried. Exhume the body.
Yeah, prove it.
Right. This one was, here's where I am.
Yeah.
Come find me.
Yeah, it reminds me of that movie, The Beautiful Bones.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Where the girl is in the safe in the landfill. We skipped number 2.
Did we skip number 2? We did skip number 2. Teresita Besa. Now, it just told us that's the only one in the U.S. A murder during a robbery in 1977 Chicago. The co-worker claimed to be possessed by Besa's spirit. The spirit named her killer, described the stolen jewelry. Police verified details that weren't public. Items recovered from the suspect's home. Killer confessed after confrontation.
Wow. Huh. So is that like a robbery, or was it like a robbery gone wrong?
Probably a robbery gone wrong, and then that's kind of a wild one too. I mean, to say you're possessed. The thing is with that one, though, is could you be an accomplice to that and feel guilty about it and say, oh, I'm possessed by this person.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's that leeway on that one.
Yeah.
Or someone talked and you didn't want to admit that they, that you talked to that person or whatever. So,
yeah. Or
it wasn't me. It was the ghost that told them, not me.
Somebody went to the police, you know what I mean, and said, hey, I saw this guy, commit this crime. And then now he has that jewelry from that scene, you know what I mean? So then they're like, oh, hey, this person over here is possessed. And they...
You're right.
They told
just
us.
kind of, it wasn't me. It was a ghost that possessed me. I didn't rat you out. The ghost did. So that one's a little iffy,
right?
I think on the scale there.
Plus, we're kind of biased because that took place in Chicago.
Maybe,
right? Because of how
everybody's involved.
How much we dislike Chicago. All us downstaters
cesspool
don't like Chicago at all.
Sorry, you Chicago people, but Chicago's a mess. The whole state of Illinois is a mess, technically. I mean, if you want to think about it. So, the murder of Charles Walton. It was a ritualistic killing, 1945 England. Villagers reported ghostly sightings after his death, and the haunting revived attention to the bizarre crime. Now, paranormal rumors pushed investigators deeper, and they linked it to folklore witchcraft. The case remains unsolved, but widely studied due to the hauntings.
I wish they would give a better description of the ritual.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, ritualistic killings. You know what I mean? Like the Wicker Man that we're talking about? Or we're talking about, like, some kind of, occult ritual? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even the Green Man or some kind of Celtic, like, folk ritual or something. You know what I mean? Like, that leaves it leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah. A lot to...
I need more detail.
More questions than answers.
Yeah.
So, the Dardenne family murders. Brutal family murders, 1987 in Illinois. So that's a more recent one. Investigators reported eerie feelings and visions at the scene. Some claim psychic impressions guided evidence review, and the community reported strange occurrences after their passing. Now, the renewed attention years later from paranormal claims, the suspect was eventually identified through the controversial findings.
Wow.
So that is wild. But was the person ever convicted? It just says the suspect eventually identified. It doesn't
Yeah.
give us into
And
details.
why were they murdered? Right? Like
Right.
like that might be a thing too.
Yeah, that's another one we want more info
Yeah.
on. So the dream detective case in Japan. The murder revealed through reoccurring dreams. A woman repeatedly dreamed of a location and a victim. She described details matching a missing person case, and the police investigated based on her account. Now, they found the body near the described site, and it sparks a debate over whether it was like psychic dreaming or haunting or
Right.
so. They found the person's body, but they didn't give us more detail on that.
Yeah. I could see the Japanese police would be more
open
to that, right? Where if you
Their
went to them,
culture is more open to that stuff.
but they're if you went to the Japanese police with like claims, even if it's like not solid claims of evidence, they're still going to investigate it.
Right.
Like in America, they'd be like,
right. Well, I mean, and that's a cultural difference too,
Yeah.
because in Japan, everything's about how you're viewed and how your family is viewed and how it's all about your honor and how you appear to other people.
Right.
So if you finally went, okay, I need to take this to the police, because they know that you're trying to be honorable, they're going to be like, all right, we'll look into this. We'll do this. We'll take a peep. So that really has a lot to do with, their culture. Whereas here in America, like
case closed, bro.
They're like 80% of the people lie every other sentence,
right?
So
I have new evidence. Like, yeah, a lot of people got new evidence, but I already stamped it, so it's closed.
Right. The ghost of Annie Palmer in Jamaica. Multiple alleged murders by a plantation owner and hauntings at the Rose Hall tied to her violent history. Paranormal, I can't even say that this morning. Investigators uncover historical records that led to deeper examination of missing persons. Now, the story shaped historical understanding of plantation crimes.
Yeah, if you ever want to research that haunting, that is a crazy story of the stuff that she used to do to the slaves.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she was. You want to talk about someone who was just inherently evil?
Yeah.
I mean, she nasty things, torture and like you name it. That's a rough story. You guys want to go down, but of course, I know you true crime ladies are going to sit out there and eat popcorn and be like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
Yeah, right.
So, you know how it is.
Got to get that cortisol.
Yep. The Chaffin Will case, a hidden inheritance fraud in North Carolina. The deceased father appeared in his son's dream, directed him to the hidden will in his coat pocket. The document was found exactly as described. The legal battle reopened, and court accepted the will as legitimate. See, that's another one. The kid could have put it there and then said, I had a dream that it was in Dad's jacket pocket, And why would you store it in your jacket pocket?
And then die.
If it was a legit will, why would you keep it in your jacket pocket? You'd put it somewhere where they can find it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Well, yeah, you would give it to the where did that happen at?
That happened in North Carolina.
North Carolina. So you'd give it to your lawyer or the local registrar or whatever,
Well, that's another thing is like, I don't remember where the story came from, but they knew that the dad, he was kind of a loner, but they knew that he had a lot of money somewhere, and they ended up, when they were cleaning out the house, they found it in an old dryer at the back of the basement. Like the dryer was just stuffed full of money.
Yeah.
Like stacks and stacks of money just stuffed in this old dryer at the back of the basement.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. I don't know. You never know. You don't think you only think in the moment. You don't think of the future a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not deliberate about what you're doing because you're not thinking about who's going to find this or that they need to find this down. You're thinking about, oh, where can I hide this?
Yeah, yeah. So people won't find it.
So people won't find
Yeah.
it. So
And you don't want to tell people because then they're going to come loot your stash.
right.
Especially people that lived through the Depression, in that era. They don't want to have their money in a bank and then have the bank just seize it.
Right.
It's not. That's the thing people don't know is if you have money stored in the bank and that bank becomes insolvent, they can actually use your money as reinvestment capital.
And that's no longer your money.
Yeah, they just give you the middle finger. That's all in the contract you signed when you put your money in there as a deposit.
So the Lady of White Rock Lake, unidentified drowning in Texas. The ghostly woman reportedly asks for help and leads people to a specific house address. The story prompted investigators into the missing person case, and several cold cases were revisited, identifying theories that are still debated. So, I guess she drowned and then let people know where she was at, or because that.
Yeah, like she asked for help in the street or like in the lake.
Right.
And then where is she leading people to? Like the guy that did it, or the house of the guy who did it, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand that one. Like, when she's leading them to a house, a specific house.
Right.
Like, why?
Maybe she drowned behind the house at the lake.
I don't know.
Maybe that's a possibility. The Black Dahlia haunting rumors, 1947 Los Angeles murder. Paranormal investigators claim that spirit communication with the deceased and alleged clues about the killer's identity, which renewed public interest into the investigation.
Yeah.
And the case still remains unsolved.
Yeah, when I used to live in LA, that was a big thing, like Black Dahlia seances. Like a lot of paranormalists in that area do like Black Dahlia seances to this day. They still do it.
That's another one of those, like the Lizzie Borden who did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So someone, you know what? Someone asked me about the Lizzie Borden house a while back, and I was like, oh, Bob went there. Bob and Angie went there.
Yeah.
And he said it was so cool to stand in the house where it all went down.
Yeah, it was like I said, the thing we watched the Christina Ricci Lizzie Borden movie, which they actually filmed in the house.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to like the other movies where they filmed in a Victorian house and then just passed it off.
Right.
And like you're watching a scene where they like go through a doorway or whatever, and that doorway is right there. You know what I mean? So it adds a whole nother layer to it. Like when the mom gets axed and she falls on the floor, like you can, like there's the bed, there's the floor. You know what I mean? Like it's like right there. Like it's,
I wonder if you could blacklight it like the Lemp Mansion and see like blood still pooled in the floor.
I don't know.
That'd be wild if you could do that. For those of you who've been to the Lemp, you guys know, but there's a spot in the floor in the Lemp Mansion that Bob and I used to do tours at.
Yeah.
We've done 2 meet and greets there already. If you shine a black light onto the floor in the one room, a circular stain appears in the floor under the black light.
Right? So, yeah, that's where he
unalived himself.
Yeah, unalived himself over there in the corner.
So the ghost of Hammersmith, mistaken identity killing, 1804 London. Reports of ghost sighting caused public panic. A man shot someone believed to be a ghost. The trial helped define self-defense law and case shaped legal precedent.
Yeah.
So the ghost indirectly influenced the justice of a quote-unquote ghost.
Right.
Because the guy thought it was a ghost and shot at it, and it was a person.
Well,
so
there's a thing in ritual magic, right, where silver is a weapon, right? And you can make like a silver dagger, or a lot of people in like John Dee's age of ceremonial magic would wear a big, heavy silver ring. I have mine up there on the table. I can show you.
Extreme close-up.
It's a big, huge, heavy silver ring.
Crud. That is heavy.
And if an entity that you had summoned got out of control, you could chuck that ring at them and it would make them disappear. And the evolution of that is where silver bullets come from. So people thought that if you had a entity act up, you could always chuck, your silver ring at them, or you could have a silver bullet, and then over time the silver bullet became like the weapon against spirits. So that's why that's not out of turn to think, like, well, he shot at a ghost, that's dumb. But if you know that in ceremonial magic people did that, then that makes more sense.
The Bell Witch case, alleged possession of John Bell in 1817 Tennessee. The entity reportedly claimed responsibility, provided details about Bell's death, and witnesses reported voices and physical attacks. Now, this sparked investigation into poisoning and remains one of America's most famous hauntings.
Yeah.
That is one of the most famous hauntings. We've talked about it several times.
We covered that, yeah. Well, especially the part where a wolf-like creature, like a werewolf type thing, burst out of the fireplace while the son and his friend were there doing the night watch. And he captured it in a blanket, and they were beating it, and it was writhing around. And then at some point, it just poof, disappeared. Yep. And they fell on the floor because they were initially laying on top of the thing. And then when it disappeared, they just fell into the floor because it was gone. That's crazy.
That's a wild story. Go back and I don't remember which podcast it's on, but it's there.
Yeah, I don't remember which one we talked about, but we've talked about it a couple times now.
Right. So the Watseka Wonder, a psychological possession case out of Illinois. A young girl claimed possession by a murdered woman. She provided details about her death. Information matched real unsolved case and sparked investigation into the identity. Still debated, possession versus fraud.
That is not right. That's one that I've actually done research on a lot because it's here in Illinois. And what happened was one girl got sick from consumption disease and then passed away. And then like a year or two later, this other girl in the same community got sick from that same disease. So as she was getting sick, she was actually possessed by the spirit of the first girl who died from that disease, and she knew that girl's name, her brother's name, her family, picked them all out. She went actually and lived with her parents, the original parents. The second girl went and lived with them for a time because she knew everything. Like it was her, and because she had died from that disease, she knew how to cope with it. And then once the girl got healthy again, then she left and gave the spirit back.
Gave everybody
back to the original girl.
Wild story.
Yeah, the Watseka Wonder is a crazy, crazy story. I have a bunch of books on it. Our local guy here, Troy Taylor, has done a lot of research into it.
Troy's got a few books out there.
Yeah, a couple thousand.
Yeah, I just saw one just got released here recently.
Yeah.
The Ghost of the Axeman in New Orleans. This is a serial killer in 1918 to 1919. The killer claimed supernatural identity. Letters suggested paranormal influence. Now, the public panic altered police strategies, and cultural impact influenced investigation. The case still remains unsolved. So basically what happened there is people believed in the ghost and everything so much that it was one of those things where the public's overwhelming idea of what happened changed the way they investigated. It changed the way the story went down. So
yeah,
that's all a mess.
Yeah, I believe that one is what influenced the villain in the Frighteners. I think when they were writing the Frighteners, that's what they came up with. That story was what had influenced their research into that.
So last but not least, this one isn't more ghost related, but a serial killer in Los Angeles. They call this the Grim Sleeper psychic tip. A psychic reportedly provided suspect details, and tips aligned with later DNA evidence. The renewed investigation focus, and the suspect eventually was arrested. Now, there's debates over whether it was a coincidence or it was actual paranormal insight.
Yeah, that always kind of leads leaves a question there because, like, is it actually paranormal, or is it that person that's really intuitive? You know what I
Right.
mean? And they read the description in the media, and they're like, "Oh no, it's got to be this." You know what I mean? But that's not psychic. It's just that person is really intuitive.
See,
You
and
know?
that's always a big debate too with
Mm.
psychics and whatnot. Is this person just picking up on all the little cues,
Right.
or are they actually seeing something, metaphysical, or they pick, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Right.
That's always been the huge debate. Is a psychic really a psychic, or are they just really good at picking up all the small little cues? So,
Yeah. That is a big thing. Like you would think that like it's just a person who's a sensitive, you know what I mean, and
mhm,
they can see the cues in it, and then versus someone who actually was communicated to a spirit. You know
right.
what I mean? Like what holds more water?
So, do ghosts come back and help solve their own cases? In a few cases, maybe they have.
Yeah.
Maybe some paranormal activity or, psychic divination has led to the solvings of some crimes. So,
Yeah. I wonder if you could take like a spirit box into court
well, that's
and
something that the even when we did our research, it kind of touched on that.
yeah.
You know, is it something that could happen in the future that ghosts actually may be able to, testify in court?
Right.
That'd be wild. Spirit, I'm looking for the spirit of Mary. Mary, who did it? Bob did it.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way you could leverage AI in that kind of situation, you know, where like the AI can listen to the spirit box and give more of a clear
That would be wild. But I think there's too much with the spirit box. I think there's, the spirit box or even the ovilus or anything. I think there's that
interpretation.
interpretation.
Yeah. That's why I was
There's,
wondering if the AI algorithm could do that,
yeah.
you
Well,
know.
I don't think it can. I don't think it would do a good job as a person because I know you and Angie have listened to the spirit box for so long
Mm,
that you get a feel for it.
yeah.
And then with me, it's the ovilus. I get a feel for what they're saying.
Yeah.
And an interpretation of the words. And it's more than just the words that are there, it's the feeling you get with the words that are there.
Yeah.
To be able to expand on the idea that they're trying to put out there.
And sometimes it's not even the response really. It's more of what the meaning behind the response is,
Hmm.
you know. So,
So yeah, I think that takes a little bit more, intuition
yeah. Right.
rather than something that could be analyzed and broke down and be pattern recognition. So I think that takes a little more spiritual skill, we'll say.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for joining us on the podcast again this week. Don't forget our partnership with Dubby, and Bob will put the slide right here. 10% off if you use the keyword whole truth, all one word. Dubby is a fantastic energy drink. It doesn't have all the garbage in it that a lot of energy drinks do.
Yep.
Join us on the Discord if you want to chit chat with us. Also, we did sign those
Yeah, the
postcards last
postcards
week.
went out last week.
Right on. So the postcards from I'm brain farting again.
It was the pandas this time, I think.
Yeah, it was the pandas.
Yeah.
But yep, join us on the Patreon. 0 level member gets you on that slide at the end of the credits here, and then $5 membership gets you that postcard every month. Follow us on Facebook and the Instagram and all the other things. The Veritas Project. We've had a lot of shorts do really, really well.
Yeah.
We were actually discussing before the podcast. We were talking about the Gate program one.
Yeah.
Has almost 500,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
And over 16,000 likes and thousands of shares of Bob talking about the GATE program.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's a really good
during
one.
one of our podcasts. So, let's see. If you have a ghost story, a paranormal story, send it to us at therealveritasproject@gmail.com. We would love to read it and talk about it. And, you guys can get our opinion on it if it's something that you want us to talk about. If you have an idea for the podcast, let us know. We're always looking for new ideas for the podcast. So I think we covered everything. Oh, don't forget the merch. Don't forget the merch on Printify if you want some really cool Veritas Project merch. Also, the 3rd annual meet and greet. We still do not have a place. We're working on it. It is harder than you think to find a place other than the Lemp Mansion. It really
That's local,
is.
yeah.
That's local. So, I mean, we hate to have our people drive like go to St. Louis and then drive another 5 hours. So, we don't want that to happen.
Nope.
So thank you everybody for joining us on the podcast again this week. We appreciate each and every one of you. And remember,
stay curious
and find the truth. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
See ya.